like to bring back to you a text I've been using for the last 2-3 weeks continuously to start the meeting. And that text is Hebrews chapter 2 verse 3. How shall we escape if we ignore such a great salvation? This salvation, which was first announced by the Lord, was confirmed to us by those who heard Him. So I thought this is very important for us to look at again and again. That there is something called salvation given to us by God. And this salvation was first announced by Jesus Himself. And He says, if you ignore this salvation, you lose such a blessing. God also testified to it by signs, wonders, and various miracles and gifts of the Holy Spirit distributed according to His will. In other words, He's saying miracles, signs, and wonders was the confirmation of this message. If you ignore this message, you won't have it. So therefore, we are looking at 5 facts we need to believe in order that the message of salvation becomes real in our lives. So number 1, God is attracted to the weak, the poor, and the lost. Number 2, He knows every one of us by name. Today I'm preaching 3. God desires to enter into your life. Many of us keep asking God to come and nothing happens. Why can't God come? Because He has already come and we won't accept it. That's why a lot of people feel alone and abandoned. So the solution is stop seeking, stop asking, and start believing. Luke chapter 19 verse 5. When Jesus reached the spot, He looked up and said to him, Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today. Beautifully saying, I want to come into your life. I want to stay with you. So he came down at once and welcomed him gladly. All the people saw this. They began to mutter, he has gone to be the guest of a sinner. The mindset was, good people don't go to bad people. Verse 8. But Zacchaeus stood up and said to the Lord, look, Lord, here and now, I give half of my possessions to the poor. And if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount. His sinfulness was healed in a moment. How was it healed? When he accepted Jesus into his life. Addictions, brokenness, sinfulness, selfishness will be fixed when He comes inside your life. And that's why the center of our faith is the Eucharist. That is Jesus coming inside. When you receive communion, you are receiving the miracle of Zacchaeus. And that's why it's called communion. Oneness with Jesus Christ. Look at the next verse. Jesus said to him, today salvation has come to this house, because this man too is a son of Abraham. In other words, he says, every person is valuable to God. And then Jesus again talks about this whole thing. If you look at it, verse 10. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save what was lost. Before I finish, I want to confirm all this from a small passage in the book of Revelation chapter 3, verse 17. You say, I am rich, I have acquired wealth and do not need a thing. But you do not realize that you are wretched, pitiful, poor, blind, and naked. How true it is. There are people who fight with each other while having all the material of this world. When the pain comes, when the challenge comes, when the block comes, here is the answer. Verse 20. Here I am. I stand at the door and knock. If you recognize the knock of Jesus and you surrender to Him in your problem, He says, I will come into your life in a new way, and you will find a new direction to your life.